You've been told a glass of wine is good for your heart. That beer with friends is harmless. But what if I told you those same drinks might be increasing your risk of stroke, dementia, and deadly falls? Right now, today, we're revealing the 4 types of alcohol every senior must avoid, plus 4 powerful alternatives that let you enjoy life without compromising your health. Stay with me, because the most shocking one is hiding in plain sight. For decades, a shot of whiskey or a glass of rum might have felt like tradition, a reward, a way to wind down the evening. But after 65, your body undergoes a quiet transformation. And what once brought relaxation can now trigger a chain reaction of serious health risks. You see, the liver, the organ responsible for filtering alcohol, starts working more slowly with age. That means alcohol stays in your system longer. Your tolerance drops, and your central nervous system becomes far more sensitive than it used to be. Hard liquor like whiskey, vodka, and rum delivers a highly concentrated dose of alcohol. And while it might feel like a familiar comfort for seniors, it's a silent threat. Unlike wine or beer, spirits hit fast and hit hard. A single shot can cause dizziness, blurred vision, sudden drops in blood pressure, and the most dangerous consequence of all, falls. Falls are now the leading cause of injury-related death for adults over 65 in the U.S., according to the CDC. And many of them are linked not to chronic illness, but to simple balance loss, often triggered by alcohol. But that's not where the risks end. Hard liquor is severely dehydrating, worsening common senior complaints like dry skin, constipation, fatigue, and even urinary issues. It also puts extra pressure on the kidneys and heart, which are often already strained in later years. And here's the hidden danger few talk about: drug interaction. Blood pressure medications, antidepressants, sedatives, even over-the-counter painkillers, many of them can interact dangerously with alcohol. The result: heart irregularities, confusion, respiratory issues, and an increased risk of hospitalization. One moment you're enjoying your favorite drink. The next, you're experiencing memory fog, mood swings, or a sharp drop in blood pressure, and you don't even realize alcohol was the trigger. Long-term frequent consumption of hard liquor has also been linked to accelerated cognitive decline, liver damage, and even changes in emotional regulation. It's not just about having a strong drink. It's about how your aging body can no longer process that strength safely. So what can you do? Avoiding hard liquor doesn't mean giving up enjoyment. It means choosing to protect your balance, your brain, your clarity, and your independence. And if you think hard liquor is the only hidden threat lurking in your glass, wait until you see the next drink. It wears a sweet disguise, and it's been quietly spiking blood sugar, draining energy, and damaging nerves in seniors for years. It's light, it's fruity, and it goes down easy. For many seniors, a glass of sweet wine or a flavored wine cooler feels like the safest choice, especially during a quiet evening, a holiday dinner, or a toast with friends. But beneath the smooth sip and the pleasant aroma hides one of the most dangerous health traps for aging bodies: sugar. Most commercially produced sweet wines are not just fermented grapes. They're loaded with added sugars, artificial flavorings, and chemical preservatives, all of which are especially harmful to the aging body. Let's start with blood sugar. Nearly 1 in 4 adults over 65 has diabetes, and many more are pre-diabetic without even knowing it. A single glass of dessert wine or a fruity cooler can cause sharp glucose spikes, leading to rapid crashes that result in fatigue, irritability, blurred vision, and brain fog. But that's just the short-term danger. Over time, those swings wreak havoc on the nervous system, contributing to long-term complications like nerve damage, retinal issues, and poor circulation. And it doesn't stop with sugar. Sweet wines are often preserved with sulfites, which may extend shelf life but can cause serious reactions in seniors, especially those with asthma or sensitive respiratory systems. Headaches, joint inflammation, and even shortness of breath are common after effects often mistaken as signs of aging, when in reality, it's the wine talking. The acidity in these wines is also no friend to your body. It wears down tooth enamel, exacerbates acid reflux, and strains the stomach lining, especially problematic for seniors with GERD or weakened digestion. And here's what's most deceptive. Because these wines are light and sweet, they often feel harmless. They're served in large glasses, refilled without notice, and enjoyed quickly. But that false sense of safety is exactly what makes them so dangerous. Behind every sweet sip is a chemical cocktail that stirs up inflammation, increases cardiovascular risk, and depletes your energy from the inside out. The result? More joint pain, more digestive issues, more blood sugar imbalances, and for many seniors, an invisible chain that links their favorite drink to chronic discomfort. So what's the alternative? Can you enjoy something smooth, flavorful, and refreshing without setting off that dangerous sugar bomb? Absolutely. Coming up next, we'll explore a popular drink that's often considered light, safe, and friendly, but might be the biggest metabolic trap of them all. And chances are it's in your fridge right now. It's the drink of backyard barbecues, of Super Bowl Sundays, of old friends and long stories. And for many seniors, light beer feels like the last indulgence that's still safe. After all, it's low in alcohol, it's refreshing, and it's familiar. But here's the truth, beer, especially light beer, is not as light as you think. Behind the gentle fizz and golden color hides a metabolic minefield. And for older adults, even moderate beer consumption can quietly chip away at key systems, all blood sugar regulation, joint health, bladder control, and sleep quality. Let's break it down. First, the carbohydrates. Beer is full of refined starches and simple sugars that quickly convert to glucose in your bloodstream. For seniors who are pre-diabetic or diabetic, and that's nearly half of adults over 60, this isn't just a diet concern. It's a dangerous spike in blood sugar that can lead to energy crashes, irritability, and over time, insulin resistance. Second, purines. Most people have never heard the word, but they've certainly felt the pain. Purines in beer rapidly convert into uric acid. And in aging bodies, that acid doesn't flush out as easily. Instead, it builds up, especially in the joints, causing gout. Yes, the same gout once called the rich man's disease is now showing up in seniors everywhere. A single beer can trigger a flare red-hot swollen joints that throb for days and make movement painful. Third, beer is a diuretic. That means it increases urine production and draws water out of your system. For seniors already dealing with overactive bladder nocturia or dehydration, beer only makes things worse. It disrupts sleep, increases fall risk at night, and reduces your body's ability to retain key electrolytes. And what about sleep? Sure, beer might make you feel sleepy at first, but research shows alcohol interrupts the sleep cycle. It may help you fall asleep faster, but it leads to fragmented, low-quality rest that leaves you tired the next day. And yet, because it's marketed as light and safe, beer continues to fly under the radar of senior health concerns. So let's be clear. Beer is not a harmless refresher for aging bodies. It's a disruptor of balance of blood sugar, of joint health, and of restful sleep. But don't worry, we're not done yet. Because while beer might blur the line between comfort and harm, the next category of drink erases it completely. It's fun, it's festive, and it's far more dangerous than it looks. You'll want to pay close attention to this next one, especially if you enjoy a good cocktail. They're colorful, festive, often garnished with citrus or herbs, and handed over with a smile. Cocktails and mixed drinks have become the go-to choice for celebrations, dinners out, or just unwinding after a long day. But for seniors, these seemingly innocent drinks can be the most deceptive and dangerous of all. Here's why. Cocktails often combine hard liquor with sugary mixers, syrups, juices, sodas, or cream-based liqueurs, making them both highly alcoholic and packed with hidden sugars and artificial ingredients. The result: a double dose of harm, high alcohol and high sugar. Individually, each poses a risk, but together they create a chemical cocktail that can quietly disrupt your health. Let's talk about the sugar first. Many cocktails pack as much sugar as a slice of cake or more, and unlike solid food liquid, sugar absorbs rapidly, causing blood sugar levels to skyrocket. For seniors with diabetes or insulin resistance, this can trigger a cascade of dangerous symptoms: blurred vision, confusion, fatigue, shakiness, and in severe cases, even a blood sugar crash that requires emergency intervention. Then there's the hidden potency of alcohol. Cocktails often don't taste like alcohol. They're sweet, fruity, or creamy. But that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. You don't feel the impact right away. By the time you do, your coordination is already compromised, your balance is off, and your judgment is dulled. For older adults, that's a perfect storm. The CDC warns that falls, impaired driving, and accidental injuries related to alcohol spike dramatically after age 65. When cocktails are consumed at social gatherings, the risk of accidental overdrinking rises exponentially. But the danger doesn't stop with the drink itself. Cocktails are often loaded with artificial flavors, dyes, and preservatives ingredients that add to the toxic load on your liver and kidneys. For seniors already taking medications, especially blood pressure pills, sedatives, antidepressants, or sleep aids, these additives can trigger unpredictable and dangerous reactions: heart palpitations, shortness of breath, and confusion. Sometimes these symptoms are mistaken for aging when in reality, they're the hidden price of that fun night out. Then comes the issue of sleep. While alcohol may initially help you fall asleep, cocktails often lead to midnight wake-ups, racing heartbeats, and restless tossing and turning. They interfere with REM cycles, leaving you groggy, unrefreshed, and vulnerable to memory lapses or mood dips the next day. So here's the bottom line: cocktails aren't just festive. They're a formula for health setbacks in older adults. What begins as a social drink can quietly lead to a foggy morning, a dizzy spell, or even a trip to the ER. But here's the good news: you don't need alcohol to celebrate. You don't need sugar and spirits to feel joy or connection. Because up next, we're turning the tables. You're about to discover 4 alcohol alternatives that not only taste incredible, but also enhance your clarity, protect your brain, and leave you feeling better, not worse after every sip. And the first one, it's ancient, elegant, and when enjoyed right can be surprisingly good for both heart and mind. For centuries, red wine has been a symbol of relaxation culture and even health. And when consumed wisely and in moderation, red wine may actually support your well-being, especially in older age. But the key word here is moderation. Let's start with the science. Red wine, especially dry varieties like Cabernet Sauvignon, Pinot Noir, and Merlot, contains a natural compound called resveratrol, which is found in the skin of red grapes. Resveratrol is a polyphenol antioxidant. Studies published by Harvard Medical School and the Journal of Gerontology have shown that it improves blood vessel function, reduces oxidative stress, and may even protect the brain from age-related cognitive decline. That's not just good news, it's a quiet revolution in heart and brain health. Moderate red wine consumption, defined as no more than 5 ounces a few times a week, has also been linked to increased levels of HDL, the good cholesterol, and reduced arterial inflammation. Both are critical for seniors facing elevated risk of stroke or heart disease. But the benefits don't stop at the bloodstream. Red wine contains compounds that may cross the blood-brain barrier, potentially guarding against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. These same compounds may enhance cerebral blood flow, helping to keep your memory sharper and your mood more stable. And perhaps the most underappreciated benefit, the ritual. For many older adults, the act of pouring a glass of wine, sitting down at a meal, and engaging in conversation is a form of social medicine. It slows you down, grounds you, and creates a moment of presence that modern life often strips away. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Too much red wine undoes all the benefits. Even a second or third glass shifts red wine from being medicinal to problematic, raising blood pressure, irritating the liver, disturbing sleep, and disrupting digestion. That's why portion and quality matter. If you're choosing red wine, look for organic, low-sulfite options. Sulfites, commonly used preservatives, are linked to headaches, flushed skin, and inflammation in sensitive individuals, especially those over 65. Drink your wine with food, ideally healthy fats, like olive oil or lean proteins. This slows absorption, protects your stomach, and prevents sudden blood sugar dips. Ultimately, red wine in moderation isn't about indulgence, it's about intention. When chosen wisely, it offers a rare combination of pleasure and protection. But what if even a glass of red wine feels too heavy? What if your body is asking for something lighter? Something that hydrates while it satisfies? In that case, the next alternative might surprise you. It's a simple twist on tradition, elegant, refreshing, and gentle enough for the most sensitive systems. This next drink is quietly becoming the smartest way to raise a glass in older age. What if you could enjoy the taste ritual and social joy of wine without the heavy alcohol load? Enter the Low-ABV spritzer, a simple, elegant drink that offers refreshment, balance, and health-conscious pleasure in every sip. For many older adults, this isn't just a swap, it's a quiet revolution. A spritzer is made by combining a modest pour of wine, usually white or red, with sparkling water or club soda. And that one step changes everything. You're reducing the alcohol content by half or more while keeping the aroma, flavor, and festive feel of the drink. The result is hydration plus celebration all in one glass. But the benefits go much deeper than just fewer buzzes or better mornings. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to dehydration, electrolyte imbalance, and alcohol's effects on balance and coordination. Spritzers solve for that. They provide the light stimulation of a social drink, but with less risk of brain fog, dizziness, or nighttime disorientation. That means fewer bathroom trips, better sleep, and sharper thinking the next morning. Spritzers also promote mindful drinking. You naturally sip them slower, and the bubbles make you feel full faster. It's not about restriction, it's about rhythm. You stay in tune with your body's cues instead of rushing past them. Want to make your spritzer even better? Add a slice of lemon, orange, or cucumber. Toss in a few berries or mint leaves. These natural infusions elevate the drink visually and nutritionally, bringing in small amounts of vitamin C, antioxidants, and subtle flavors that awaken the senses. And that's the power of the spritzer. It's more than a drink. It becomes a ritual of self-respect. You're not just drinking to relax. You're drinking to honor your body, to stay connected to the people and moments around you, without sacrificing clarity or safety. Plus, spritzers are extremely versatile. Hosting a dinner, serve red wine spritzers with rosemary and orange. Enjoying a quiet afternoon, try white wine with sparkling lime water and a touch of elderflower. Out with friends, ask for a half wine, half soda mix instead of a full glass. These small adjustments create big impacts on your energy, your sleep, and your long-term health. And perhaps most important of all, spritzers preserve the feeling of inclusion. You're still raising a glass, still part of the moment, but you're doing it on your terms with wisdom, style, and grace. But what if you want to skip alcohol entirely and still get that fizzy, feel-good lift with health benefits to match? Up next, we explore a bubbly beverage that supports digestion, mood, and mental clarity, all while tasting refreshingly alive. It's not a trend, it's a tonic. And for many seniors, it's become the gut-healing, energy-lifting drink they never knew they needed. Small choices shape how we age. Not all bubbly drinks come with consequences. Some, like kombucha, come with benefits. It may look like soda or cider, but kombucha is actually a fermented tea, naturally fizzy, tangy, and rich with probiotics that can help restore balance to your gut. And for seniors, that balance is more important than ever. As we age, the gut becomes more fragile. Digestion slows, nutrient absorption drops, and the connection between the gut and brain, often called the gut-brain axis, becomes even more influential. Fatigue, brain fog, low mood, and even joint pain can all stem from one core issue: an unhealthy digestive tract. That's where kombucha shines. Because it's fermented with live bacterial cultures, kombucha is naturally loaded with probiotics, B vitamins, and organic acids, all of which support digestion, reduce inflammation, and even improve your immune function. It's not just a beverage, it's a gentle reset button for your body, especially after years of alcohol-processed food and accumulated stress. Many seniors who switch to kombucha report feeling lighter, more regular, and surprisingly clear-headed. And here's the kicker: you don't lose the sense of ritual or social joy. Kombucha comes in elegant glass bottles with flavors like ginger lemon hibiscus or elderberry. You pour it into a wine glass. Hear the fizz, see the bubbles, take a sip, and realize you're not missing out at all. You're upgrading. Even better, there are now alcohol-free or ultra-low alcohol versions of kombucha widely available. In a world that often equates fun with intoxication, choosing not to drink can feel like sitting on the sidelines. But what if there was a drink that didn't just replace alcohol? What if it outperformed it? Supporting your nervous system, easing anxiety, and boosting mental clarity, all while still looking and feeling like a celebration. That's exactly what today's adaptogen-powered mocktails offer. Let's break that down. Mocktails are non-alcoholic cocktails crafted with the same care and creativity as traditional drinks, but without the booze. They use ingredients like sparkling water, herbal teas, fresh juices, bitters, and garnishes to create layered, complex flavors that feel festive without the consequences. Now add adaptogens, and you have a drink that's not just safe, it's therapeutic. Adaptogens are herbs and natural compounds that help your body adapt to stress. They don't sedate you like alcohol does. Instead, they support your adrenal system, regulate cortisol, and gently bring your body back into balance. Now imagine sipping a chilled mocktail infused with lavender and lemon balm, topped with sparkling mineral water, and garnished with fresh mint. No blood sugar spikes, no hangover, no drug interactions. Just a cool glass of calm that helps your body relax while keeping your mind sharp and steady. And the beauty of mocktails is that they include everyone. You can bring them to a family gathering, offer them at a dinner party, or sip them at sunset on the porch. You'll still be raising a glass, still part of the moment, but you'll feel clear, grounded, and totally in control. Unlike alcohol, which compromises memory balance and sleep, adaptogen mocktails restore clarity, resilience, and inner peace. They're especially powerful for seniors who are managing chronic conditions, taking medications, or simply want to avoid the risks of alcohol while still enjoying the timeless rituals of drinking. You can even make your own at home with a few simple ingredients: sparkling water or brewed herbal tea as a base, a drop of adaptogen tincture, or powdered extract citrus or berries, or cucumber for flavor and color, and an herb sprig, like rosemary, mint, or basil, for that aromatic spa-like finish. What you're left with isn't just a replacement for alcohol. It's an upgrade. A drink that nourishes instead of numbs. One that supports your mood, digestion, and focus, while looking just as elegant and inviting as anything served behind a bar. In the end, it's not about what you're missing. It's about what you're gaining: clarity, energy, longevity, and freedom. And when these small choices start to add up, swapping one drink, one habit, one ritual at a time, something truly remarkable happens. Aging becomes not a decline, but a refinement, a celebration of wisdom, awareness, and deep intention. And in the final section, we'll tie it all together with a powerful, unexpected reminder about why these swaps matter more than ever before. Growing older changes how your body responds to everything: to food, to stress, to sleep, and yes, to alcohol. What once helped you unwind now weighs you down. What once brought connection now carries consequences. But here's the truth that too few people say out loud: you don't have to give up joy to protect your health. You just have to redefine it. Because every sip you take now is no longer just about flavor. It's about fueling your memory, preserving your independence, and staying present for the people and moments that still matter most.